In September 2025, I dove with Stewart Coves in the Bahamas as part of a cruise ship expedition. Stewart Coves is located on the south side of New Providence Island, a short 30 to 40 minute bus ride from the cruise port terminals in Nassau. We were fortunate to have very clear skies with an air temperature of 91 degrees Fahrenheit, 33 degrees Celsius, and very calm seas. These conditions provided us with optimal water conditions, as can be seen in our boat ride. Here you can see the Sea Viking's dark blue outline with what the captain believed to be an ocean triggerfish in the water above it. Our group entered and dropped down to about 50 to 60 feet and swam away from the Sea Viking. You can see the mooring line on the bow of the Sea Viking. The water temperature was about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius, making for a very comfortable dive. As we are swimming out, in the distance ahead of us is my very first ever shark sighting. This one is a Caribbean reef shark. On the reef to the right of the screen is a different shark from earlier, and is my second sighting. It is also a Caribbean reef shark. In the second dive of our day, we did a shark dive, in which I had several much more close-up introductions to two kinds of sharks. More on that in another video. Please subscribe so you don't miss that one. At about 4 minutes into our dive, we reached the wall of the ridge and went over. My average depth on this dive was 47 feet, 14 meters, with a max depth of 79 feet, 24 meters. The queen angelfish, seen in this close-up, ranges from 8 to 14 inches with a maximum length of about 18 inches. This area of the reef had a wide variety of fish species, including parrotfish, hogfish, blue tangs, some French grunts, the angelfish just mentioned, dusky damblefish, and many, many more. Here we have a school of blue chromis. They range in size from 3 to 4 inches, with a maximum size of about 5 inches. As I pan across our group of divers, you'll see the dark blue of the depth below us, which demonstrates why this area is called the Ridge. The Ridge sits on the edge of the tongue of the ocean, which is the region of ocean between Bahamas islands of New Providence and Andreas. It is a U-shaped, relatively flat-bottomed depression measuring approximately 20 miles by 150 miles, 30 by 240 kilometers. Its depth varies from 3,600 feet, 1,100 meters, to 6,600 feet, 2,000 meters. We stayed just a bit off the bottom, with my max depth comfortably at 79 feet, 24 meters. As we are swimming back up this ridge, this branching tube sponge caught my attention due to its structure and distinctive color. This is a pair of doctorfish. They range in size from 6 to 12 inches, with a maximum size of 15 inches. Doctorfish range from bluish gray to dark brown, with several markings radiating from their eyes. They also have blue or white edging on their dorsal, anal, and tail fins. Some have a white band at the base of the tail. Here, hiding under this section of reef, is the invasive lionfish. I spoke about them in my recent video on the Oro Verde and Paradise Reef in the Cayman Islands. Please go check out that video for more information. I always try to look into the cracks and crevices when diving. You might be surprised at how many fish and critters you'll find down there. I believe this is a squirrelfish and a fairy basslet and some cool mustard hill coral and another squirrelfish. This fish, with its distinctive yellow fins, is a schoolmaster. They are typically 10 to 18 inches with a maximum of 24 inches. And here we have a pair of barjacks doing a swim by. This deep red sponge is a brown bowl sponge. They can get up to around an 18-inch diameter and are often not completely bowl-shaped like this specimen. This is a Nassau grouper. They range in size from 1 to 2 feet long, with a maximum size of about 4 feet. They tend to inhabit shallow to mid-range deep reefs and are often found resting around the bottom for camouflage. With its distinctive bright yellow fins and black band across its eyes, here we have the spot fin butterfly fish, so named due to the black spot on the rear dorsal fin. Seen under this mustard hill coral is a gray angelfish with its distinctive yellow-faced inner pectoral fins. And this beautifully marked fish is the queen angelfish. Everything we've seen in the last few moments have been at the top of the ridge, at about 40 feet deep. Here is another queen angelfish feeding at the base of these tube sponges. Entering the screen from the right and swimming towards our dive master Kayvon is a juvenile barracuda. Barracuda are typically 1.5 to 3 feet long and can get up to 6 feet long. This was my first sighting of barracuda. Sadly, this was also as close as I was able to get to it, so it's not the best image. And here, doing a quick swim by, is a brassy chub. While above us is an ocean triggerfish. They range in size from 10 to 18 inches with a maximum of 24 inches. They usually swim well above the reef and near drop-offs and are found solo or in small groups. Leaving the reef and swimming across the sandy bottom, we return to the Sea Viking. The Sea Viking was a 65-foot, 20-meter long fishing vessel which was purposely sunk in 1996. It rests at a depth of 85 feet, 26 meters, with a deck and wheelhouse at about 65 feet, 20 meters. The corals and sponges inhabiting it are well established, making it a great artificial reef for several species of aquatic life. Some of the corals and sponges of note are sea fan corals, sea rod corals, sea plumes, and yellow and brown tube sponges, rope sponges, and brown bowl sponges. Fish species I noticed on the Sea Viking were gray angelfish, four-eye butterfly fish, striped parrotfish, a pair of barjack, a spot-fin butterfly fish, and many, many more. Upon leaving the Sea Viking, on the way to our safety stop, I noticed this stingray swim across the sandy bottom. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.